planet. This is our planet. This on our planet there is a variety of things. Variety of things. This elephant, snail. This is a giraffe, hut, tree, and this is the plants, animal, and water and land, water, ice, land. Variety of things are present on our planet. This is our. Do you know which chapter? Chapter 7. This is our chapter 7. The world of living. The world of living. Now look at the below. What is written here? Look at this. In the primary classes, as I have told you, you all are studying about the living things and the non-living things from since your class 1. Now look at here, that is written here in the primary classes. We have already learnt about the living and the non-living things. Living and the non-living things. We are already aware that living things are those which can breathe, grow, and move on their own. On their own. Whereas non-living things do not breathe, grow, or move. Isn't clear? Is it this? Everybody knows that living things move, breathe, and grow, but non-living things don't. Look at the below blue line. Look at below blue line are there. Listed below are a few objects, things. Classify them as living and non-living. Is it clear? Now look at below the blue line. Some materials, some things are given. Some are living and some are non-living. Look at here. Chair. Look at here. This is chair. Cat. Baby. Pencil. Elephant. Tree. Cow. Rose flower. Shoes and book. All these are the living and non-living things. Some materials are living and some are non-living. Some are living and some are non-living. Now look at below. Look at below. There is a table given. There is a table given here. There is a table of living things and here is some non-living things. Whatever the material listed over there, you will categorize or classify all the materials. Which were the living things, you will categorize or classify the living things in this column and non-living things in this column. You will note down. And is it clear that you will identify whatever the living things and what are the non-living things. You will write down the living things in this column, in the column of living and non-living things in this column, in the non-living things column. Now look at the below last line. From the above table, it is clear that there are a variety of living things around us. Whatever the material you have written on the column of the living things, that means all these materials are living things that are present in our living world. Now turn next page. Come to the next page. Look at here. Look at here. Next page. Look. Look here. All living things have certain common characteristics. These characteristics are quite different from those of the non-living things. Is it clear? Some characteristics are different from non-living things. Let us try to study these characteristics in detail. All these characteristics we have to study in details. But today I will not study about the characteristics of the living things. Before we start characteristics of the living beings, some more topics or some more paras we have to study. Look at here. Today we will study about the do you know. This is do you know, and the below one next do you know. Look at here. Look at here carefully. Look at this picture. This is virus. This is a virus. Look at carefully. This virus resembles as a coronavirus. The shape of the coronavirus is just same to this virus. Most of the shape of the virus are same. Look at this picture carefully. That resemble the coronavirus. Coronavirus. You all are aware of the coronavirus and what is the shape of the coronavirus and what is the function of the coronavirus and what are the coronavirus are doing right now. Isn't it? This is virus. Virus. Clear? And study what about the virus. Virus is a microorganism. Virus is a Microorganism. Virus is a microorganism which has the characteristics of both. Look at here. Virus having the characteristics of both living as well as non-living. Viruses show the characteristics. Viruses show the characteristics both living and non-living. You will ask me how ma'am, how the viruses are living and non-living both. But listen to me, whenever the virus floats in air or settle or any of the non-living things, so they act as a non-living material. When viruses floats in the air or settle at the doorknobs or the table or the chair or the floor, so that time they act as a non-living things. But when they enters the human body, when this virus enters the human body or human cell, so they act as a living beings. This virus act as a living beings. They start reproduction. They start multiplying themselves and increase the numbers. Is it clear? When the virus are floating in water or the air or settle anywhere on the non-living materials, that time they show the characteristics of non-living things. But when they enters or attach with the living things, they show the characteristics of living things and they start multiplying and increase in numbers. Is it clear about virus? Virus is the microorganism. Now come to the next point. This is the characteristics of living things. But today I will not take any characteristics of the living beings. Before going that, I will study about the cell. We will study about the cell. Living things are made up of cells. All the living things are made up of cells. Look at here. All living things are made up of cells. Cells. Just like a classroom or the room, the home or the any of the cells or the rooms are made up of bricks. So brick is the unit of the room. Brick is a unit of the room. Just like that, all the living things are made up of cell. So this cell is a unit of the living body. This cell is a unit of the living body. This cell is the, look at here, a cell is the basic unit of life. It is a structural and functional unit of plants as well as animals. Look at here. The cell is the structural and functional unit of life. It is a structural and functional unit of plants as well as animals. Cells are so small that we cannot see them with our naked eyes. Cells are so small that we cannot see with our naked eyes. Naked eyes means without any aids, without the help of microscope. We need a microscope to see them. We require a microscope to see them because they are microscopic. Cells are microscopic. That means too small, too tiny that we cannot see by our naked eye. To observe the cell, to see the cell, we require a microscope. Is it clear? Do you know what is microscope? Microscope show me the very small particles. That is animals or any of the particles. Now come to the next point. A newly born baby has about 2000 million cells. Near about 2000 million cells. A small baby's body are made up of 2000 million cells. That means ki 2000 million cells are combined together and form a body of a baby. Now look at here. This is the animal cell. This is animal cell. Look at here. Look carefully. This is animal cell. There is a combination of cell. How many cells are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cells are combined together. All these structure are animal cell. These are the animal cell. This is the light blue color. This is nucleus. Dark blue color. This is cytoplasm. And this is the outer membrane, outer lining, that is cell membrane. This is an animal cell. This is an animal cell. Isn't it? This is animal cell. So I will just pick up one part, one cell from here. I will just pick out one cell from here and I will draw on a white sheet. You will also draw this animal cell on your white sheet of your copy, isn't it? I can't see you this animal cell from the in the living body, but I will show you the plant cell through a plant's body, through a onion. Through a onion I will show you the how the plant cells are, but animal cell I can't show you. Look at the picture here. This is the oval structure. I have just picked one cell from your book. Look at one round structure, light blue. This light blue having the thread like structure inside them. This is chromosomes, but you don't know need to study right now. This is the nucleus, just like our brain. This is nucleus. Just like our brain controls and coordinates all the activities of our body, just like that this nucleus control the cell. This nucleus control the cells. These cells have many organelles, just like our body. This single cell has very many organs, just like our body has many organs. This is the certain in the circle there is a round structure, that is the nucleus, and this the outer membrane. This is the cell membrane. Cell membrane. This is cell membrane. E. Is it clear? And this is a liquid present inside the cell, just like our blood and the water. In the cells are, that is cytoplasm. This is cytoplasm. PLASM. Isn't it? This is animal cell. This is animal cell. Animal cell. Sometimes you will see a rod-like structure here. A rod-like structure that is called mitochondria. I have taught the class 5 class. Mitochondria. Mitochondria. Is it clear? Cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm, mitochondria, and this is animal cell. I have just picked one cell from your book and drawn the picture on a white sheet. You will also draw this picture on a copy on the white sheet, and you will label the 1, 2, 3 and 4 leveling over there. No more than 4. Isn't it? Whenever you go in the higher classes, you will label through 20 or 25 labelings over there. But right now in the 6th class, you will only label cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm and mitochondria. Isn't it clear? Have you any problem? No, I think you don't have problem. Now look at the book one more time. You may draw this picture also, and you may draw this picture also. This is the single clear visualization, very clear. You will draw this diagram, me too, or this diagram too. Any one of the two diagram you will draw in your white sheet. This diagram or this diagram, as you wish. Both are same. There is a many cells, and here is a single cell, and you will define what is cell. You will define cell. What is cell? Cell is the basic unit of life. Yeah, or cell is the structural and functional structural and functional unit of all plants as well as animals. You may write cell is the basic unit of life. You may write cell is the basic unit of life, or you may define cell is the structural and functional unit of all plants as well as animals. You may define the cells in this way. Cell is the basic unit of life. Yes, cell is the smallest unit of life. Yeah, cell is the structural and functional unit of all plants as well as animals. I think you have understood that today's class. Is it clear? If you have any problem, so you may ask in questions in the classes. Now, today I will conclude my class. Have a nice day.